Of course, the leaks just keep on coming, the teasers just keep on coming. For example, today we got a couple more puzzle pieces for this picture that Fortnite is slowly teasing. The newest piece reveals even more of the mech and of course shows some more technicalities as well as the Sevens logo up in the top left corner. It looks like there are about 3 or 4 pieces left until completion, which makes sense because that'll lead us right up until the event, which as we speak right now is less than 3 days away, 72 hours away. Wow, time really does fly, man. Now on top of that, we also got the leaked cover art for this season, which shows the battle bus, the normal battle bus, which traditionally is on the loading screens there, but the background is an orange sky. Now it's been orange before, this isn't all that different from some of the previous arts, but let's not be so quick to dismiss this as being absolutely nothing. Number one, it is literally the art for the new season. Number two, in the past they have done some pretty big reveals and maybe even some smaller reveals in there with the cover art. You can see this for Chapter 2 Season 3. You can see water all in the background, which of course was a precursor to the whole map being flooded. If we assume just for a second that the background, the sky, does actually mean something for what happened either during this event or at the very beginning of next season, I don't know, is it possible that there's ash all up in the air causing the sun to look like this because something happened with the Doomsday device or the mech? There was a major explosion. Could this be signaling some sort of apocalyptic season, even though we've kind of already had stuff like that before? I don't know. I know it's just a picture, but I would be curious and I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Just in case anybody was having any doubts, it's confirmed now that Chapter 3 Season 3 will begin on June 5th, which is one day, of course, after the event. I kind of feel like in the heat of the moment with this event happening so soon, and the first thing that happens is of course this event, but a lot of people, I feel like myself included, actually forget that right after the event there's a whole brand new season.
We need to launch a final attack on the imagined order as soon as possible. I haven't heard back from the Paradigm, but at this point we can't wait any longer. Activate the 7 emergency beacon. It's time to fight for our lives. This is it. The war for reality ends now. See you on the other side, Looper.
That was the origin in this week's leaked quest logs. Now, the reason I actually play that for you is because this next comment comes from Liu, who says, in week 11 challenges, Origin said, see you on the other side. Maybe they can go to the moon. Well, that's definitely possible, and I do think that we'll end up on that moon base at some point during this event. That seems very, very possible and actually quite likely. But should we be paying more attention to what the Origin just said right there? Should we be taking him at a literal sense or a metaphorical sense? Because you could certainly argue it either way. I mean, he said, see you on the other side. Now, he could have just easily meant, I'll see you after this battle, whatever the outcome is, after this is all over, we'll see you on the other side. Or, I don't know, he could mean we literally will see you on the other side of the island. Let's not forget, there is literally a whole nother island below us with a ton of people on it. I would say he probably meant the other side of the battle, but it's still something that let's not get out of our heads, because Fortnite would definitely be the kind of game that would mess with your head like that. Island Ryland says, I wonder how long those 2 hairs on your mic will stay there. I know those hairs have been there for so long, I've actually noticed them a few times and never actually bothered to wipe them off. So your answer, Ryland, is right now.
It looks like the mech might work. Possibly. The scientist said it's 72% likely to boot, which isn't bad. That's what, a C-? We need fuel, which is why I prepped this nano battery charge pack for you. Charge pack is online. Bring it back with at least 50% charge. Hurry! Fuel cell stabilized. The scientists will install these right away. I'll see you out there on the battlefield, okay? I'll be the one watching your 6.
That was the Imagine's quest logs and voice logs for this week, and the reason I play that for you is because the next comment is from Bluebird, who says, I have a theory that the mech won't boot up at first, and we'll need to reboot it. In this week's quest line, the Imagined tells us that the mech only has a 72% chance of booting up, and with the mech having a heart now, it would make sense. That's actually a really cool thing to think about. It's interesting. Why in the world would the Imagined say specifically there's a 72% chance of that mech actually booting up? That's something that we haven't even considered really. As the Imagined says, it's like a C-, but that's not really gonna cut it if you need this thing to activate. What about in the roughly 1 in 4 chance that this thing does not boot up? That would be a really unique twist to this event. Imagine right at the start, the mech comes out all triumphant like, and then it just doesn't boot up. Right away, that would be taking you for a complete loop. No pun intended. In a scenario like that where the mech fails to boot up, it probably will be the players that has to play some role putting this thing together. I said a couple weeks ago when the mech first started showing up in the lobby loading screen that it looked like the mech was in all sorts of mechanical problems. Of course, the mech has gotten much more improved and rebuilt in the last week or so, and it doesn't quite look like that, but still, it's something that the 7 are putting together on a whim and basically hoping and praying that it will actually start up. It would not surprise me if at some point throughout this event, the mech doesn't want to start up, or the mech just suffers from mechanical issues and errors that are happening because of how quickly and how haphazardly surely the 7 must have put this thing together. And of course, even if Paradigm gets to the island in time and pilots the mech, she's gonna get here right at the last second, and it's not like she would have had time to prepare for this thing too, so it'd just be kind of like sticking her in there cold. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're just as excited about this event as me. Click on to the next video to catch up on some more theories. Another video coming your way tomorrow, and we'll see you in the next one.